Good morning, everyone. Welcome to High Vibe Mornings, the one place on the internet where all we talk about is how to get happy right now in your personal life. How do you take that next step so that you enjoy the journey to get there? Because what's the point of going on vacation if you're miserable the 3 months beforehand? Hi, my name is Kelly Lunt. I'm an intuitive channel medium and law of attraction expert, and I very much love to come live Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And I always start the show with a general channel message from Spirit. That way, those of you who can't join live, you could always come back and hear a personal message in the beginning of the show. And for those of you who are able to join live, I then dive into free mini reads after that for 30 minutes. Super chats do get priority, of course, obviously, duh. So if you're coming live, say hello. What's up, Lakes View? Have you done a reading yet? And if you're watching the replay, just let me know you're watching the replay. You guys don't even know how much joy that brings me. Antoinette, Brandon, Valentina, you guys are on it. I saw CZ Bunny do it one time. So, you guys just make this so fun and well worth it. And I can't appreciate you guys enough. So this has genuinely been just a beautiful thing to add into my life Monday through Thursday. It's a good routine. It's a good time for us to connect with spirit and our own inner truth. So thank you to everyone who tunes in. So how's everyone doing? And how are you, Lakesview? Let's just give it a minute before we start with the general to see if Min, Concha, and Antoinette will get here in time to catch the general. That's beautiful. What? Oh, the appreciation. I do appreciate it, Lakesview. This is a great way to start the day, man. I just got back home last night. Okay. What was in Alabama for you? Okay. How was it? Oh, interesting. Do you want to move there? You work virtually, right? So in theory, you could. Concha made it. What's up, Concha? How are you, beautiful? All right, let's just give it like maybe another like 30 seconds to see if Min and Antoinette pop on. And then we will start. I'm in need of some good messages. My intention is out there. Oh, good. Oh, I can't. Let's see if it gets answered in the general, Concha. The place and the family are wonderful, but I felt pressure to move again. Interesting. Let's explore that more. All right, let's go ahead and do this, ladies. If you want to meditate with me really quick, close your eyes. Bringing all of your focus and energy back into the current room that you're in. Restoring all your thoughts and your focus and your energy to get called back into the room that you're in, and even focused on your body as you go ahead and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Out. All right, guys, before I even get spirit in or tarot cards or anything, I kind of picked up on the collective's energy. So yes, replayers, this does involve you too. I called that energy in when I did it. And I want to do like a little kind of, not journaling, but maybe journaling. A lot of your energies were literally saying back to the words to me, I can't, but how can I? So fill that sentence in for me. And if you guys are on the replay, type it in the comments. I'll come back and comment back, man. So what is it that you're like, I can't, but how can I? What comes to mind when you say that? And type it in there. Let's just kind of clear up that little bit of unhelpful of a thought before we do any spiritual stuff. I love the energy read before the general. Yeah, Concha? Okay. You must have been manifesting it, Concha, because I was like, hey, spirit, I think I want to do this instead. They were like, yeah. So yeah, what is your, I can't fill in the blank, but I can't because fill in the blank. But how can I fill in the blank? At first, I feel like I can't move to Alabama, but then I wonder if I can do it and if it will actually work. Okay, but why can't you move to Alabama right now? What are your reasons? I can't move to Alabama because I work from home. I don't go out much. How would I make new friends? That's something valid to consider and look at before you just up and move, right? How can I move there? Here I have my family and they watch my kid 2 days a week, and to think of not getting that break. So, you know what I mean? Like, those are thoughts well worth looking at and considering and planning your, I don't think contingency is the right word. Let me look that word up. But making your plan for how you're going to solve that. I don't think contingency is the right word. Oh, it's definitely not the right word. Yeah, look, contingency plan. Oh, yeah. What's your contingency plan? A plan designed to take a possible future event or circumstance into account. So yeah, we got to build your contingency plan. I don't feel like moving. I'm mentally exhausted. Yes, this has been the dilemma. My support system. This family can eventually become a support system, but still. Oh, Lakes View. Wow, I feel for you so bad. This man, oh, this man is really just asking you for to uproot everything that provides you safety, comfort. Can I at least know how this conversation with him goes? Is it a, I understand that, babe, but check it out. Here's how we'll solve that. Why don't we start taking more trips there, just like every other week? And like, so you could slowly get to know them. And, after a couple times being there, when you trust them, then we could leave, our kid with them for a couple hours when you and I can go enjoy lunch. And I know you love your yoga. So I found this yoga spot for you. Like, is that how the conversation's going? Um, How much further would it stretch, Lakesview? Look up rent difference. Look at, like, is it $500 a month cheaper or is it like 100? What I will say, moving from San Francisco to her here, rent was initially cheaper. Prices have kind of caught up a bit. But the going out and doing things was more expensive. So like, you can rent a paddle board in San Francisco. You could get like a set of four for $100 for all day. You come out here, it's $25 an hour per board. So even though my rent was cheaper, all the activities were more expensive. Let me focus on Concha a little bit. The houses are nicer there. Yeah, I'll give you that. Okay, but he's actually done that. That was the purpose of our 9-day trip. I worked remotely from there. Okay, all right. All right. That sounds good then. I generally like the people. Okay. All right. Let me focus on conscious comments a little bit and then we'll get into spirits reads on it. I'll pull some tarot cards for you guys then because it sounds like, what's your hesitation for moving there then, Lakesview? There's something still off about what you're saying. I get that you're mentally exhausted. You have a little kid and that, yeah, that's normal. Um, and you're working and watching a kid at the same time. That's got to bend your mind. Mm. Okay, and here you have more friends and stuff. That's a tough one. Okay, Concha, I can't buying a house, the pressure of being responsible. Hmm. I don't know if that feels right for you, Concha. I can't buying a house, the pressure of being responsible. Concha, you have a fear of making more money. What's your I can't make more money because? What's that sentence? I had a conversation with so and so last night, and I felt all this pressure about a conversation. Maybe it's the way he brought it up. Maybe I want a man who can handle it without me needing to that much. What does that mean, Concha? So what I will say without knowing more about it, anyone who's been single for an extremely long time or anyone who experienced vibrational contrast when they were younger, when you get older and a relationship becomes an opportunity, you're going to feel that pressure no matter what because your nervous system, for like what the first 18 years of your life bare minimum became wired to thinking relationships equate enmeshment, relationships equate you losing your sense of self, relationships equal pressure because you have to meet their expectations. So that feeling will often always be there. And sometimes you got to just like be willing to take the step and give it a try. Sometimes it can genuinely, without me knowing more, it can be your inner being like saying no, you know? Um, because there's pressure, right? And then there's, "Oh my god, this feels so good," and, "Oh my god, I'm so scared," at the same time. Those are 2 distinct different feelings. I do have a fear of moving, making more money, what the fuck? Oh, you didn't even know that fear was there? God, it was like exuding out of you, Concha. I'm gonna book a one-on-one. I decided I need to. Let's do it. Hey, book it through the OG Club link though, Concha, so you get your OG Club discount. Well, I don't wanna call it discount, your OG Club special. And don't forget, if you buy one versus a bundle of three, if you buy the bundle of three, it's even a better discount. Um, I think that link is pinned in the group chat. Just make sure you get your discount. I want to make sure you get it, unless you just want a book at full regular price. You could do that too. Um, but no matter what, Concha, you can custom schedule because you're in the OG club. But let's focus on you right now a little bit, Concha. Let's see what we can do for you in today's show. He said he was so excited to get a house with me. Whoa, yeah. Because how long have y'all been talking? Ooh, well, 2 months? Whew. Okay, I can see why that freaked you out. Antoinette made it. What's up? Hey, if you go back and watch the replay, you don't have to. I'll catch you up on everything right now. We haven't even done the journal from spirit yet. We're just working on everyone's statement of I can't fill in the blank, but I can't fill in the blank. But how would I fill in the blank? That's all we're at right now. He said he was so excited to get a house with me, but it freaked me out to be responsible. And he was like, if we have kids, it's his responsibility. Oh, that's fucking hot. Jesus. I had a guy say that to me recently. He was like, no. I want you in your head right now imagining bills are not your worry at all. That's mine. You're at home with babies. And I was like, huh. I just had the funnest night ever. I was like, Jesus, that's fucking sexy. Yeah, because it feels like a lot of responsibility. Okay, let's break that down though. So I understand the pressure of like a house and I got to be the one to fix it. I got to be the one to repair things. How do I do that? What if like the plumbing breaks in the middle of the night and like I don't have a man who's like blue collar and can fix that stuff? Like, so there's that responsibility, right? But there's something else there in your energy. Is it he was saying that I'm not looking at we, and that's true. Squish. Oh my God. Hi. How's your was it arts and crafts fairs? Or was it like spiritual fairs? I can't remember. How are your fairs going? Because it feels like a lot of responsibility. He was saying that I'm not looking at we, and that's true. I'll like a message. Okay, let me work with Concha and I want to help. I don't think I ever helped Lakesview all the way. So I go to Alabama, it doesn't work, I have to come all the way back. Yes, that is true. Do you have the money to come all the way? Lakesview, Concha, hold on. Her problem's going to be easier to solve. So if I go to Alabama and it doesn't work out, I have to come all the way back. Well, first, what's all the way back? Where do you live? Like, how far of a trek is it actually? And this is like, I think you just have to build your contingency plans, Lakesview, because I think what this is, I think this is what's that? Your last shot effort, your last ditch effort. What's that called? where you're like, all right, I'm not sure if this job is right for me. I'm not sure if this relationship is right for me, but I know that I'm going to go all in. And like, if that's what my partner is saying he needs to be happy and thrive, then I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to do the sacrifice. I'm going to do the work, the energy. And if he says, if this is the circumstances that will make him thrive, I'm going to go there and be that partner. Hail, great, holy grail, great. I can't remember the saying. It's your like holy grail. You're like, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna risk it all. Okay, it sounds like this is what this is for you. So, what are your contingency plans? Make the plans for, well, I feel nervous about moving to Alabama. Here's all the reasons why. And then build your plan for, okay, well, what's my yoga shop? Okay, next time he and I go visit, I'm going to take some sample classes at the different yoga ones and find my one. I also know that I'm going to be losing, my mom. She lives a block away and she normally takes my kids during these hours during meetings. So, what's my plan for that? I can either get to know his family to see if I'm comfortable with them watching her. I could tell him, hey, this sounds great and all, but we are going to have to work into the budget a babysitter for these days and times. Right. So build your contingency plan. If I move there, what do I need? What do I need to thrive there? And then have your contingency plan. If it doesn't work out, if I move down there and he doesn't have the 180 miraculous, and I am kind of using words miraculous, miracle. If he doesn't have this miraculous 180 change in his behavior, in his treatment towards me, I'm going to give it this length of time, right? He should not need a year to figure it out and get his treatment better if you moved to where he wanted to move to get his act together. So, I'm going to move there. I'm going to give it 3 months. Here are the, key indicators I'm really looking for if he and I are on a right track, right? So have your metrics ready and then go, if after 3 months it's not better at all in these metrics areas, I'm either going to move or I'm going to talk to him about moving. Hey, it's not working with me. And then what's your contingency plan for moving? It's like, okay, I'm willing to give it a risk. I called the moving places and they said, this is how much money it would be to move me back. I have that much in savings. I'm okay with moving there now. Sorry, I know that's blunt advice, but you're looking for safety right now because you're about to take a big risk on someone who is risky. So I think you just need your contingency plans for how you're going to make it there. And if it doesn't work out and you got to come all the way back, do you even have the money to get yourself out of that? Because there's probably like a fear of being trapped in you right now. Virginia, okay, that is a bit of a call the moving companies, get the prices. Yes, I feel like I'm ready to give in. I'm tired of arguing about it. He says he needs this. I work remotely so I can adjust. Oh, that's fucking rough, Lakesview. I hate when men use that against me. You work from home. You can watch a kid and work at the same time. It's like, have you seen kids, especially when they're 18 months? Like, first off, the first couple months after they're born, you need to breastfeed them every 2 hours. How am I supposed to be working? I'm working to keep our baby alive. And then, like, when they're 18 months old, they are running everywhere and just trying to kill them. Like, I'm amazed I'm like, how can you kill yourself on a couch with a pillow? Oh my God, stop doing that. That is a bowl. It is a plastic lightweight bowl. And Jesus, you're like damn near choking yourself out. Give me that bowl. Like, it just impresses me how much they try to kill themselves. Okay. I fear that if it doesn't work out, he won't want me to leave the state with Thurs. Oh shit, Lakesview. Whoa. Okay, that's good advice. You need the contingency plan for that, Lakesview. There are pro bono lawyers. I don't know. PRO space BONO. Here, let me type in the chat for you. Find a pro bono lawyer. And there's a lot of like I haven't had to do this in like 20 years, so I don't remember the exact steps. Type in pro bono lawyer, Virginia. I think that would be like a family lawyer. I'm forgetting the name. You're going to have to put a little effort into it. And just call them. And there's a lot of ones who are like kind of either just in this of just graduating law school who they kind of need hours. So there's free legal advice out there. Call them like, hey, what are the rules in the state I live in terms of who gets the kid if there's no marriage and yada, yada. Here's the situation. And then call a lawyer in Alabama and go, what are the rules? What are the laws? What are the regulations? Like educate yourself on that because every state has different rules around can you move out of state, can you not? Yes, my son is 19 months and I'm breastfeeding and working as we speak. I never wanted us to get to a point of needing courts when it comes to our son. Family lawyer. Okay, it is family lawyer. Um, right, but I'm not asking you to get the courts involved. I'm asking you to educate yourself on the laws. There's a difference. There's a complete difference. Um, yeah, find that out, man. All right, you're good. Your energy loosened up. Okay, let's go back to Concha. Sorry, Concha. I knew her problem was going to be easier to solve. Last ditch effort. Thank you, Antoinette. Oh my God. That was it. All right, let me go back to Concha. Concha, you're bringing up two topics right now. You got the fear of making more money. And you got the conversation with him and we. Which one do you want to focus on right now? You're welcome, Lakesview. I really think, but make sure you do all those contingency plans on my day-to-day life. What will I be losing where I'm at? What do I need there to thrive? And then have your plan for everything, knowing that even though you have your plan, anytime you move somewhere new, and guys, there's like 7 huge traumas in life: the birth of a baby, the death of a loved one, loss of a job. Moving is one of them. So no matter what, when you move somewhere new, it's going to be a traumatic experience for you. So you have to build in, all right, I'm going to build in 15 minutes a day to regulate my nervous system. I'm going to also build in a walk into my calendar every day. So have your plan for how to thrive there, have your plan for getting out, logistically speaking, and then have your plan legally, knowing all the stuff. Make sure you have all of them, Lakesview. The money conversation. Okay. So let me go back and read your comments on the money. I was thinking I have to do it myself. I usually have done things myself, so it just feels scary. Like I literally have no bills right now, and I feel pressure to make more money, but I want to. Wow, there's so much in there, Concha. There's that I was thinking I have to do it myself. There's a cross wire in there. So it just feels scary. What feels scary? I usually have done things myself, so it just feels scary. That's you combining the house topic and the money topic, right? It feels scary to like buy a house with someone. Of course it feels scary. You haven't known him long enough. You don't know how good he is with money. You don't like that makes sense. And it's like, and if you do buy a house with someone, that is a step up in commitment. So it makes sense that that fear is coming up, right? It'd be easier to, if I came up and was like, Concha, dude, I just sold 20 VIP intensives. I got 100K down payment. Find me a house in Walnut Creek. Let's buy it together. You manage it and run it. I'll cover this and that. Like you'd probably be like, fuck yeah, let's go do it. But we have like a 20-year relationship. You know my MO, you know my default ways of operating. You've seen me in conflict. You've seen me angry and upset. You've seen you and me navigate conflict. So some of that fear is normal to be coming up if you're talking about the house with him, okay? Let me see your latest comments. Best of luck, thanks to you. I've been through the same and sending you love and light. Well, whichever is more prominent in my energy, we can knock something out with a one-on-one. So whatever would make more sense right now. Okay, it gets better. Okay, Spirit, she's saying whatever. Okay, so we have conscious energy. Her cross between we should do it or all making more money. Oh, making more money. Okay. So let me, Concha, let's breathe a little together. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Concha, like what I'm picking up on is that there's a fear of making more and then people are going to come attack you. And they're asking, do you understand? But what you need to see, Concha, what you need to be willing to see in meditation, and this is why we're kind of bringing up an older topic with you. When you used to say you're disassociating while you're meditating, bring your meditating high vibe grounded instead of just, getting high vibe on the music. I like my desk. I really like this plate of food I made. I love that I got the lemons from a farmer's market. I like that it was organic. There's a little bit of when you cross the line to more money, new types of friends are going to come in. Friends who are, yeah, I own my own business too. Oh my God, I can't believe my secretary asked me for another pay raise. I already pay her 20% more than fair market value. Like, why is she asking for more? And where is she going to go? I already pay her more. I treat her well. I buy them lunch 3 times a week. You're going to start becoming friends with people like that where there's safety in having, because what you're used to is when you're like, oh, this really good thing happened to me, people would slap you down. You're going to start making friends where it's like, oh my God, dude, my assistant tried to do that too, but I'm literally paying her $15 more an hour than like fair market value. And you'll both go, not my problem, not my problem. So would you be willing to see how it can get better and how there will be different types of friends and different types of people that you'll start to vibe with? And yes, Puja would be a great person for you to come in contact with. That keeps coming up for you, Concha. Oh, Lakes View, that is not a good sign. I don't know what to say, Lakes View, because you seem pretty dead set on trying to make that relationship work. But I feel like I'm bracing myself. So I want, as part of your contingency plan, if this does not go well, like I want you to even have your list of deal breakers. If he ever screams and yells at me in a derogatory way, I'm out. If he ever hits me, I'm out. Like I want these as the bottom lines. If these things happen, I'm out. And like I even want you to have a plan. Who do you have back in Virginia that it's like hey girl, like I'm gonna do this thing. It's my last ditch effort to make this relationship work. I just wanna, I wanna have dotted all my I's, crossed all the T's, checked out every possible way to make it work. If it doesn't work, can I like if I need to overnight get in a car and just throw stuff in here, like can I call you and crash here? Like I want you to have contingency plans and I want you to have a plan for if you're bracing for potential trauma, your nervous system will get dysregulated. If your nervous system gets dysregulated, that's when you have those bouncing thoughts. Oh, maybe it was just because he was tired and didn't sleep well. Yeah, I just need to regulate. Or maybe it was me. I was in a bad mood, so I misinterpreted wrong. That's the biggest sign of dysregulating the nervous system. That's what's going to make you stay in a dangerous situation longer. So if it hits and you recognize my nervous system is dysregulated, okay, my plan is here's the nervous system regulation tools I have. I'm going to start doing them right away. Like have your fucking plan of everything I've said to you. That's the safest way you're going to go in and do it, and it will at least help you feel comfortable so you can go in and do it. And who knows, it might work. It might. But you can at least make yourself feel as safe as possible going in there to do it, so it has the best chance of working out, or you at least have your way to get yourself out of there. But you're like I'm bracing myself for trauma, that tends to be your inner being telling you no. And it's on the risk. You want to protect them and you. Yep. Okay. Concha, I need friends like this. Yes, I do feel that. I like Pooja's energy. I'm going to invite her, send her a message. Yeah, it keeps coming up for like the last 2 months, Concha, you and her. Okay, good. Lakesview, keep coming back to the show, man. We're on your side. We're rooting for you. I need friends like that. Yes, Concha. So that's all it is. That's all it is. Okay, what else does Concha need to hear? Yes, Concha is going to be people who celebrate. You can use Kelly as an example and even Antoinette and your guys' budding friendship. Kelly's always celebrated you. Even when this was in the beginning of your guys' relationship, you would say something and then you used to be like other girls tearing you down because like, no, I think it's great that that's happening for you. I don't know how to make that happen for myself, but I think that's great. There are people out there who just know how to celebrate other people's wins, which happens to be Kelly. Then there's also other people out there who are Yeah, I'm so glad I became a realtor. I know some realtors are like feast or famine, but I don't know, man. I just always seem to sell a house a month, and I always get a $3,000 commission. And I'm fine with selling a house a month. I don't need to hustle around trying to sell 10 and maybe sell zero or one. I don't know. I got good luck. Yeah, me too. Hell yeah. You want to use the rest of the time? Should we go play pickleball? Like, what's wrong with just enjoying? You're also letting go of the hustle and grind culture. That energy is prominent in San Francisco. That's one reason why it was good for you to move from Alameda to Walnut Creek, because Walnut Creek does have a little bit of I've got some breathing room from San Francisco. I can relax just a little. But you got to let go of that mass conscious energy and just let yourself enjoy for the sake of enjoying. It's letting go of that I worked hard for this, I therefore can enjoy it, because most people need to justify and defend their successes so they can justify why they don't want to share it. What's wrong with no, I I actually have come to appreciate easy. I've come to appreciate good things coming to me with ease. I like good things coming to me with ease. I like it. It's good. It's good for me. It's good for the economy. It's good for the world. Look, I got to go here and enjoy these cupcakes, and they got to do what they love to do. And some people love routine. And that's another thing, Concha. Some people love structure, love routine. They need that 9 to 5 job. You don't need to understand why they like it. Let them like it. Let them enjoy it. Let yourself like and enjoy what you like. That's the last healing of the mother wound. This is what I like. This is how I like to live. I came down on this rock one time, and I love all this time with my friends. I love my yoga friends. Love my yoga classes. I love this. I love that. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. Yeah, Lakes View, we're rooting for you. I don't know. I don't know anyone in Alabama. I feel like I saw a post from Tyler's Tarot that he might have moved back there. But I'm not in contact with him anymore, so I can't really like my 9 to 5 in the structure. See, Antoinette loves it. I need a little more structure in my life. I'm not gonna lie. I'm fine with my life as it is. This show, which is I really appreciate you guys showing up, because this show gives me so much. It gives me just the right amount of structure in my life that I need. And I just want to sell VIP intensive days after this and get more people on the group call. Once a week group call. Um, oh, thanks, View. If you have the budget for it, you might like getting on that. It's not once a week. It's the first 3 Thursdays of every month, Thursday at 5:15 p.m. That does feel good. I see where I can refocus. It's very beautiful there. Yeah, the South is beautiful. Oh, it sucks you in with the beautiful scenery, the trees, the mountains, the rocks. Honestly, the rocks are so gorgeous. Oh, and the weekly signs. I could actually see myself there. All right, yeah, your energy. Now that you know all your contingency plans to make, your energy feels good. You're either going to go there, it's going to work out, or going to go there and be like, "Oh, did not work out. I gave it my best. I can literally say I turned every stone. I tried everything. I can move back with peace. It's going to work out one way or another for you." I can see that people celebrate, and I want to bring more of those in. Okay, there's a fear there, Concha, and we're a little over on the time, but I want to spirit. You guys are you good. But I can be willing and open to change. I can be willing and open to see things differently. This does feel really scary to open myself up to a class and a way of living that people tend to attack online. I do feel a little afraid of sharing my opinions and my voices online. But see, this is where conscious you got to be okay that you may come to a political decision or a way of viewing the world that's different than other people. There are some people who, yeah, I actually this is the right way to view that. Um, I just don't have the courage to speak up on it because people are attacked if they have that viewpoint. And then there are people who come down to be those public political figures. That recent Charlie guy, he came down to put a voice to a lot of people. What was it? Tens of thousands of people showed up to his vigil. So there's people who disagree with him. There's people who agree with him. Some people came down to be him. You don't need to understand why they came down to be that person. Some people came down to be staunch supporters. Some people came down to be people who are not supporters at all. Some people came down to enjoy life with that viewpoint, but would never be him or would never be the staunch supporters. You could just be that person with like, yeah, I do agree with that, but oh my God, I don't want to post that online. And oh, I don't even want to go to his vigil. There's nothing wrong with, I do just quietly like enjoying life. I quietly like enjoying life. And they're asking, do you see how there's like nothing wrong with with like that? I do think this is going to get heavily soothed in your one-on-one too. Thanks for the confirmation. I don't know what you're saying. For confirmation of what? That it's either going to work or it's not, and you at least have plans if it's not. Um, so, Concha, what do you think so far of that thing? And then I want to do a little bit more on to help you call those people in, and then we will call this show a wrap. And just make sure, like, when you book your one-on-one, message me because we'll custom schedule it. Unless you just want to go through the scheduler, that's fine too. Whatever you want. I just want to make it easier on you. Yeah, I do have a fear of not feeling supported. Spirit, you or her? I've had to support myself for a very long time. I get that I've allowed in other types of providers and provision, but it's never felt connected like a we. I feel it feels interesting to receive in a we, and I'm kind of starting to recognize that the real estate way I went. Anytime I sell a house, it's no longer just a buy a yoga session for me. I come in and do my thing, and you enjoy it. This is a we experience. You got to let me know the kind of house you want. I go and filter and screen it. You got to we got to enjoy this process together. If we're going to be spending time looking at houses, reviewing contracts, we have to enjoy it together. So your way of making more money and relationship, it's all related. It's safe for me to receive while in relationship. It's safe for me to feel good while being in relationship. We'll let Kelly take it from here. So as I've been working on meditating on the mother wound, and we've been working on that a lot in the mastermind. The last little bit of wrapping it up is it's safe for me to like what I like. It's safe for me to then get it and enjoy it. And like there's healing in the receiving and feeling good. When you're going from yuck life to a great life, yuck to good, that's when you got to be doing the inner child, all the trauma healing, the EFT tapping, the what is this EMDR, that rapid eye movement. You got to like that's what gives you the relief to get you from yuck to good. Going from good to great, it's can you receive while feeling good, and not like I want to say disassociated way, but it's not the full blown psychology way of disassociated. It's not receiving with like I don't care that there's this bad feeling out there. I'm going to receive this and feel good. Right? It's not that. It's oh my gosh, thank you so much for this. You're spoiling me like this? Really? Oh my God. And it's not like oh my God, you're spoiling this with me this way. I need to appreciate him because that's what masculine energy likes. They like appreciation. It's just got to be like oh, he gave me something that I really value. Like he didn't just give me a present, a money, a nice bag. That I mentioned that in conversation like 2 months ago. And he remembered that, like, oh my God, right? Does that kind of make a little sense, Concha? Bye, Antoinette. Yeah, I do have a fear of even as I quietly enjoy my life. Yeah, so now your next step is to feel supported and feel good about receiving support. All right, Concha, does that make sense? And then we're going to wrap up the show. We went over today. That does make sense. Okay, good. Yeah, just know that this is something you're going through, Concha. So it's just the next little journey you're on. Can I share something? Yeah, sure. Whee! Yeah, you can share it. I'm probably going to wrap up the coaching and the show though, but I can share in the group chat too. Let's go ahead and do it here. I'm gonna like take. I gotta go on my walk. I gotta meditate after this. I'm going to edit and get not only get you guys last Thursday's replay, but I'm going to get the mother wound inner child up today on YouTube. That's my goal. That's my mission. I'm stepping into my new concha, just like you are. And so my first step is to get content out that's not spirit related or tarot related up on my YouTube channel. I'm like so proud of myself. I'm going to do it today. I know I said that last week, but today's the day. Today's the real day, the really real day, you know? Okay. I can see and understand why you're thinking and feeling that way. Okay, let me think about this. I can see and understand why you think and felt that way. Yeah, it makes wow. Okay, that's some emotional maturity there, Concha. You should, dude. You should feel proud of yourself, Concha. You can hold. I have these great relationships that are my main source of support. I mentioned something. They didn't give me the reaction I wanted. I didn't feel supported, and you're still able to be in the relationship. Can Oh my God, can you just like see and feel and be like proud of yourself that like this is conflict intimacy that you can like sit with difficult emotions in relationships. You could sit with unease with like hold on, you hurt me. Okay, hold on, there's enough for safety there. I'm going to let it sit and simmer for a while. um like, are you just proud of yourself for that? It's not about the guy. It's more about I want to be celebrated. It really hurt. Right, but that's what I'm saying. You should feel proud about it. You were expecting one response from us, you didn't get it. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, I like you're more capable of handling a primary a life partner relationship because of that. Like, fuck, feel proud of yourself, dude. Because sometimes it is like that. It's like a babe, like what the hell? You said you were gonna call, you didn't. You abandoned me with the kids, and I remember I told you I was afraid of being abandoned with kids, and like you literally did my biggest fear. I can't believe you did that. It might take, because when something hits your nervous system, the back of your brain right here, and you get dysregulated, it tends to take 72 hours for your body to be able to get back into regulated. And I'm talking about not like when it's something kind of big and traumatic, you know? Um, you're willing to sit through that. Is it me? Is it them? It might be them, and I might need to get out of this, but I'm gonna, get past that 72 hours. And then it might be okay, I had the conversation, they said this, this is still my viewpoint. Well, I have enough trust with them. Like, let's write it out. I hope that makes enough sense. Okay. So I'm trying to think how to word this because how I'll think to explain this is we never, yes, in relationships, we want to be celebrated, encouraged, and supported, especially by our closest ones, right? Absolutely. But there was, I don't remember, it was like 3 or 4 years ago. I think I was like 250 pounds. I wasn't walking or getting outside at all. I was extremely unhealthy. I was doing nothing but eating like carbs all day and fat and sugar. I was just a little Pillsbury dough girl. Like, I did not look healthy, and I could barely walk down the block without my ankles hurting. And I went to see my doctor for like a physical that I haven't done in like 3 or 4 years. And when I went in there, he straight up shamed me. And it was like listen, here, I know you came in for this. Here's your prescription. Go do your thing. He's like, but I'm looking at a woman who is in her 30s. You should be thriving. You should be able to run if you want to. You should be able to jump. You should be able to walk with ease. I'm looking at someone who's starting to look a little gray, who has no energy. And I just want to let you know, you have a choice right now. If you keep going down this path you're going down, you're gonna be lucky if you make it to 60. And at that, my care for you is gonna be miserable. It's gonna suck for both of us. He's like, or you can start eating a little bit better and go on a 30-minute walk once a day, and you could easily live to 90, and my care for you will be beautiful. Meanwhile, I had friends who were, "That's right, girl. Body size doesn't matter. It's all about your happiness. Let's eat these cookies." Does that just kinda make sense, Concha? Like, that there were people who were, "Keep eating that. Keep buying these cookies from our store. Keep buying them. Keep buying them." When that doctor said that, it just kinda, like, fucking slapped me. I was like, "Whoa." I looked at him and I went and he's like, "I'm curious what you're gonna choose." And I was like, "Thank you." Like, it hurt, right? It hurt. And then I went to see, I don't know, I went to visit another friend, and after I was there for 3 days, she just kinda looked at me and went, "Kelly, I don't know what advice people are giving you, but I've been watching how you eat throughout the day and all you're doing with those carbs." She knew the science, I didn't. She's like, "Those carbs that you're eating and you eating every 2 hours, that's just you disassociating and self-medicating. It hits this part of your brain, it's numbing it out, so you're not in touch with your emotions." She's like, "You wanna keep numbing out, but you're not on any meds, like, you're doing it with food." And I was like, "Fuck, bitch," like, that the whole drive home, I was like, "I can't believe she said that." But then, like, when I got home and she was like, "You need to 4 to 6 hours between each meal. That's the only way your body is gonna burn it. That's the only way your mind's gonna start to clear up and get out of brain fog." Yeah, and I don't know. I'm now 50 pounds lighter, and not only 50 pounds lighter, I can jump. I almost cleared a 24. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense, Concha, where I'm going with that before I address anything more? It triggers my feeling of, well, why is everyone else being supported or celebrating even if it's not my guy? It felt like I got torn up like this is XYZ and what this guy's not for you. I'm proud of you, Kelly. Yes, that does make sense. Absolutely. Okay, so it makes sense. So, okay. So I can understand why you felt torn apart. It makes sense, and I do apologize that it felt that way. But do know that, like, when I go see a doctor, I don't want him to say, "Keep eating those cookies, girl." I want him to be like, "You wanna die when you're 60, fine. And your end of life care is not gonna be fun. This is what it's gonna be like." I was like, "Oh." He's like, "Or you can do this, and you're gonna live till 90, you're gonna be able to walk, you're gonna pick up grandbabies, and my end of life care for you will be these little bit of, like, aspirin pills." I was like, "Okay." So some of this is where you kinda gotta, like, pick and choose who and what you go to where. Because if you ask someone who's intuitive, "Do you think this is my person?" I'm gonna give you my honest answer because I ultimately need you to respect my gift, my talent, my skills, my knowledge, my abilities. I need you to respect it, whether it's what you want to hear or not, right? Are you gonna respect a doctor who's, "Yeah, man, eat a cookie every 2 hours?" No, you're not gonna respect him. Does that make sense, Concha? So this is sometimes where it's a, "Okay, I don't know if he's the one or not, but I know right now I just wanna thoroughly celebrate this and enjoy this." And I had that recently. I went to a friend and I looked at her and said, "Listen, I'm about to share something with you that every time I've shared with someone in the past, I've always been torn down for it and told it's you're lazy, you don't wanna work, you're being greedy. I need to share something and I just need to immediately be celebrated. Like, do you think you could do that no matter what?" She looked at me and goes, "Yeah, I will go ahead and celebrate you no matter what I think." And I was like, I think I want to start selling VIP intensive days. Fuck the 9 to 5 routine. I don't know why I'm trying to get myself on a 9 to 5 routine in my business. I just want to sell VIP intensive days. And she was like, "Girl, get it. Didn't you sell one in London and you loved it, Kelly? Here's what you loved about it." And then she like cocked an eyebrow at me and looked at me. I was like, "Thank you. That's what I needed." I kept it to someone who I knew had like a 90% chance of being willing to celebrate instead of someone who I either need to respect them professionally. So it could be like a here's why it won't work. Not saying it won't work with this guy. Okay, I've got a caveat coming up. So don't worry. Um, does that make sense so far, Concha? And I even told another friend, I was like, "Hey," she's a friend who's buying a business. So it's like a business owner to business owner. I looked at her and went, I don't know if I want to run like a business where I see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clients every day again. She laughed and went, "Goodness golly, then don't. There are people who have a bigger issue but don't have 2 months to work with you on it. Work with the people who just can come spend a day with you and whip it out for them." I was like, "Okay, thank you." All right, I'm not seeing any new comments from you. Yeah, it does make sense. Okay. So There's that, and there's sometimes, like there's also the learn okay, well, hold on, I do wanna end the show too, because this is supposed to be a 30-minute show. Um, Knowing who and what to go to for what exactly it is you want, and sometimes, like, it's okay if you don't want the truth, you just wanna I just thoroughly wanna enjoy this, because there is a thing of life where, once you get old enough, you realize, "Oh my god, I didn't appreciate that job enough. Oh my god, I didn't appreciate that relationship enough. Even though he wasn't the one, I didn't appreciate the feel it more." So you could just be doing like, "Oh my god, like, I don't know if he's the one or not yet, but I know this is what I really like about him. I just wanna go to girl and go, 'Woo!'" Right? That's you being fully mother wound healed. That's you being in command of the experience that you want. Okay, and then from there, I'm just gonna be blunt and honest, and I might be wrong. Every once in a while, I am wrong with my intuition, especially when it comes to me and my own dating life. No, I know it's not gonna work with the guys, but I'm like, "I'm obsessed though, maybe it can work." I do kinda think your guy's gonna come in swiftly after this guy. That is just what it feels like. I did do a video, "Do Spirit Guides Lie?" Sometimes they tell you what you need to hear so that you can get there. There was one time I was watching a little girl, and she just starts screaming for mom, but I knew that mom came in at, like, midnight from a red-eye flight and was downstairs just trying to get some sleep. So, did I lie to the little girl? She's like, "Mom's downstairs." And I was like, "Oh, you little" I didn't wanna tell her, "No, mom's not down there." I didn't wanna lie. I just looked at her and went, "Oh, you're gonna see your mom after daycare." She looks at me, she's like, "Downstairs." I was like, "Honey, you're gonna see your mom after daycare. The sooner we get you to daycare, the sooner you're gonna see her." She was like, and then she ran. Like, I've never seen that girl. It normally takes me 45 minutes to get her ready. She ran, opened the drawers, rummaged through clothes. She got ready. She's like, "Daycare, daycare, daycare." I was like, "All right, I'm taking you to daycare, kid." So, did I lie? Kinda. So sometimes spirit guides will tell you what you need to hear so that you can get there. And you did admit on that one phone call, um, yeah, it took off this energy that I was exuding. And so maybe for that relationship to make it and thrive, you needed to hear that. Right. And that's why I also, with my psychic abilities, I don't like to predict the future because every once in a while that happens. Where it's like, oh, you needed to hear that so that you would pull that energy back, and then it worked. So it could very well be that, Concha. Um, yeah. So does that all kind of help? Does that all kind of make sense? I know that could not have felt good, especially I could see how you could have felt like ganged up upon 2 versus 1. I know that couldn't have felt good, and I do apologize that that didn't feel good. I do think that sometimes I am in a tricky spot where it's I need the respect for my intuitive answers, and I also want my clients and my friends to feel good, but they're like, "Girl, is he the one?" I'm like, "Ooh, ah, these are different answers." You know what I mean? Um, and I do think, Concha, that consider where you were coming from when you asked that. You were looking for reassurance and safety that you could relax completely and just let it flow and it'll be good. And it's like, well, Kelly said he's the one, so I can just relax and I'll be safe and good. That's like not where we want to be. Of course, I have thought that it was the message and what I needed to hear. I guess we just celebrate the other person, but I didn't feel celebrated or like, that's cool. You meant someone legit. Oh, I can fix yeah, Concha, you met someone who's legit. You're both same place of life. You're both marriage minded. You're both family minded. You're both at the same place of life. He is someone legit. Whether it's like your person or not that you want, right? Like, well, I don't want to talk about this online because I don't want to talk to you, but I sent you photos. You saw that I have a choice right now. Both are good choices for me. Both are good options for me. right? And say this option wasn't there, it was a, I like, this is a good choice. I can make this work. But this is the one where it has that, "Oh my god, I'm safe with him. Oh my god, we vibe. Oh my." I don't know. I hope that all makes sense. Okay, are you good for now, Concha, though? Because I do kinda wanna make sure I get my shit done today. But I do apologize. I could see why you felt ganged up upon. Um, and I will say just be a little careful when you kinda ask those questions because, like, you would want me and Antoinette to both answer you honestly with how we feel, you know? Because you would even want Antoinette to be real with you too. So let me see your last little comment before we. Okay, I love you, Concha. I know that couldn't felt good. I am sorry that that probably didn't feel good, but I love you lots and use this to add to your vibrational bank of I can handle like I have all the skills that I need to be in a life partnership relationship. I was able to show up and still get the value from the call, even though I've had these feelings. I'm more emotionally mature. Like, celebrate yourself, man. Lots of love, guys. See you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Bye.